Five Girls Theory. Hi guys, I'm Patricia and welcome to another episode of Five Girls Theory. Yeah. You may notice that our setups are slightly different, and that's because we are debunking on a very common topic often asked by hearing community. That's right, we are going to talk about. Don't worry, you only can see me right now. You see the girls very soon. I have previously created a video myself, personally addressing a topic very similar to this. If you are interested, it is available on 5GT IGTV via the link below. This episode may be slightly lengthy as we go in depth on each other perception, but I promise we make it fun. Without further ado, let's go!
Hi guys, Lydia here. Firstly, to start off my answers to the question, the use of sign language is actually very subjective and is based on each deaf and hard of hearing individual upbringing. So generally, right, if hearing loss is inherited in your family and you are exposed to sign language from a young age, sign language may be one of your primary modes of communication. However, if you have suffered hearing loss at a young age, particularly during or after your language development phase, with early detection and intervention, you will most likely be brought up via the Natural Auditory Approach, in short NAO. At least for me, I was brought up through this approach. So this means that your main mode of communication will be speaking with the use of your residual hearing. With improvements and advancements of technology, right, a lot of deaf and hard of hearing individuals are able to go into mainstream after early intervention. So an example will be myself, where I was mainstream until I was primary 4 and I was transferred into connection school, a primary school, providing support with children with hearing loss. This is where also I met the girls. So no, to answer your question, not all deaf and hard of hearing individuals know how to sign.
Hi, I'm Wen and my sign name is Wen. Okay, I grew up with family members with no sign language background, and I also did not have the opportunity to mix around with the deaf community other than those in connection school, which only provides oral auditory support. Thus, most of the time I would not have opportunity to mingle with my hearing classmates in the mainstream school. Personally, I did not have the opportunity to learn or pick up sign language when I was growing up. There are times that people will assume that since I have hearing loss, right, I should know sign language, and would often ask me to teach them some signs. But I would personally feel very bad because I lack the sign language proficiency. And I have picked up sign language speaking recently over the past few years though. And some people like us, right, who grew up with oral auditory approach with speech therapy through primary school, do not know how to sign until we pick it up much later in our life. So it's very much subjective based on each hard of hearing and deaf individual with what they are most comfortable with. Some people may prefer to sign, and some may prefer to talk, and the rest may use both.
Yeah, so using myself as one of the example, I prefer to speak because that's what I'm used to. In a quiet environment, I usually lip read, or I will use my assistive device to help me to hear better. But in noisy environment, when I'm unable to hear as well, I would just prefer to write via write or type down in the phone, and I'll just communicate through that.
So yeah, speaking in noisy environment, I'm sure as a hearing individual, it's also hard to hear conversation when, for example, the train are blaring over your ear, right? Yeah, so it's the same thing. So yeah, imagine the difficulty, and now it's double the effect due to hearing loss. Yeah, so that's what we have to deal with on daily basis.
Yeah, same lah. Why you repeat lah? It's the same thing.
Hi, my name is Adeline. I was raised in a hearing family with no sign language background too. In fact, we were considered as part of both hearing and deaf communities due to our NAO upbringing. Like the rest of the girls, I did not get any exposure to sign language till I was about 19 or 20 years old. I'm pretty sure that all deaf or hard of hearing children from school with NAO support will go through the same thing that we did. Some of them may discover or adopt to sign language at a later age or phase in their lives. Despite the non-exposure due to upbringing, let's not cast aside the deaf or hard of hearing individuals who grew up signing. Having deaf friends who primarily sign, that helped me to better improve on my sign language fluencies, and I'm having fun learning it.
Hi, I am Sebrina. So yeah, just wanna say I agree with everyone, similar to Wen. I grew up in a hearing family with no sign language background. I speak as my main mode of communication till I went through the NAO approach. However, I am currently learning sign language because I want to communicate with people like myself, but those who sign as their main mode of communication. So, on a daily basis, when I communicate with my hearing friends or family, I move my ear closer to better understand spoken speech because my friends and my family are not sufficiently fluent enough in sign language to hold conversation with me through signing.
So today we have concluded that not all individuals with hearing loss know how to sign, and it's very dependent on one upbringing or parent. Some of us use sign language, some of us use the spoken language, or some may even use both. To clarify, it's not that majority of deaf and hard of hearing people are unable to speak, as we all have a functioning voice box. Rather, it's just really about the individual and circumstances in which they are comfortable using whichever preferred mode of communication. There are deaf people who prefer not to use their voice due to a variety of the reasons, such as like some people may even make fun of their voice. As I have mentioned in my personal video, how a deaf or hard of hearing individual chooses to communicate or voice out is down to the personal choice, and it's very important to ask and respect whichever mode of communication that works best for them. In times when there is a communication barrier, be it signing or speaking to us, do remember to offer a written note or a typed message. It is a small gesture, but it goes a long way for us. We have come to the end of the episode. If you guys have any question or any comment about this topic, do leave them down below. Also, let us know what else you want us to talk about. If you enjoy this content, please like, share, and subscribe. Together,
See you next
next
time.
time.
Bye.